Going on there, Tiki? Yeah, just about ready to do another little class. Got everybody, a few of our classmates ready to go. Oh yeah, see, sun and moon on a flat plane. We're going to demonstrate how we believe that the vision of human beings work at seeing things up and down the roads and up and down the waterways and up in the sky, back and forth. Well, that's pretty good. I think we're going to probably be relatively convincing. Yeah, it don't matter. People don't even think water rolls down hills anymore. I mean, that's how indoctrinated it is. We'll be patient and be happy with our progress, seeing that we don't get $18 billion a year, plus all the funding for all the universities and scientific studies. I believe we've busted through quite well, improving that water at rest is level, and that the laser test over miles and miles and miles being perfectly demonstrative as even waters probably does best up that globe pretty good. Yeah, if it doesn't bother Heart Globe. Nope, it don't bother Heart Globe. Yeah, about can see the globe. Well, he might need a little bit more of teaching. Well, he's not paying attention. I get thrown out and I pay attention. You decide to sit over there, Worry Globe. Come on. Get over in the class and find out your origins. Well, a long time ago, about 600 years in the past, a king had gotten bored with his job and essentially had garnered together a few scientists of the day, the high thinkers, and said, go out and convince people the earth is a round ball, endlessly floating, growing and spinning and traveling near 1,000,000 miles an hour, 666,000 miles an hour, through the damn universe. Well, nobody ever feels it, and people are hanging from the side of the ball, under the ball. And of course, they always say they're on the top of the ball. You don't understand. Yeah, I know we use that experiment that the people that don't comprehend the connection between that Earth is a ball. If it were, it still has slopes to it. Yeah, see, slopes right here. All balls would. But they don't understand that if you pour water on the ball Earth, that it would start to roll in all different directions. Yeah, let's get back to this here. A good idea. All right. So in front of asks, how does the sun and moon travel on a flat Earth? And what we're going to do is go over a few different perspectives. We'll use our pointer here. This is the observer here. Now see this with the dashes? That's a road, and that's a road here. Each one of these marks looks like little crosses. Those are telephone poles. And the closest pole that you see, the one that's in front of them, is going to look like the highest one. It's going to look taller than each and every one of them. So if this observer were standing, let's say, right here and looking down the road, this pole is going to look taller than this pole, and this one's going to be shorter than this one, and so on and so forth. And same thing if you were to look down this way. So as he looks far away, the poles, the height looks like it's different, but we know all these telephone poles are the same height. Now, furthermore, if our observer is looking up into the sky, these are pretty sketchy looking airplanes, but as an airplane, which generally takes off, gets up into the sky, hits its altitude, and then runs level. That's usually the way the planes work. They don't go up and down, changing elevation. They hit their elevation, and then they stay even with the same distance from the Earth to the plane. However, almost every situation outside of a plane truly ascending or descending, that the vision from the observer here will look like the plane when it's coming to him as if it's climbing up a hill, that it is rising up into the air. But in fact, it is really just going level. That is the way the human vision works. That is proven time and time again if you go outside and look up at the airplanes. When it gets above the observer's head, the 12 o'clock position, it then appears as if it is descending. And it gets smaller and smaller looking as the further away it gets. Now, if this were the east direction and this were the west direction, and our observer casually walks outside with his morning coffee and he sees the sun just starting to glow up a certain area, glow up, not blow up, just glowing around, which is another indication of a local sun because it doesn't light up the whole horizon. The light tends to stay where the sun is. So the sun cannot light the whole earth up. It can only light up a certain portion of the earth. Nonetheless, back to our point, is that from the east direction, this sun looks really low and close to the water or the ground. And then as time goes on during the morning, an hour or so later, by each minute, as the sun starts to travel closer to the observer's position, it appears as if it's rising in the sky, just like the airplanes appear to be climbing and ascending into a higher point, but in fact it's running level. Same thing with the sun and the moon. It's only a vision perspective. And again, this is tested just by looking at the telephone poles, and I get a little bit cranky because that's a very legitimate explanation. Things that look far, far away seem like they're shorter and shorter and shorter until they disappear.